Week before last. Yeah. What's up? We in here, y'all. What's up, Auburn fans? Welcome into the Auburn vent. You're here with DC Wolf, Auburn ADDICTS-TV, and we're in here with the Water Cooler Talk podcast. We got Marcus, the mayor, the most famous man you haven't heard of yet. And we got Nostradamus Nick, who called the Arkansas win and the Auburn loss. Might I add, gotta give him his props. Me and the mayor fell for the okie doke again.
I called that one.
You caught a loss, man?
Yeah, he caught it on the show. He caught it on the show.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, to give the mayor his props, and DC fell for the Charlie Brown kicking the football again. DC fell for the Charlie Brown kicking the football again, man. I fell for it. Yeah, we about to get into this analysis, man. Y'all come on in, file on in, man. Auburn lost. What was the score, Nostradamus Nick?
24-14. Arkansas gets the win in Jordan-Hare Stadium.
The ugliest game I ever seen in my life, or maybe. Jesus, man. What was that? Can somebody tell me?
What we told you last week.
It wasn't what nobody told me last week. Nobody. This was nothing we discussed. Right, this right here was nothing we discussed.
Yeah,
let's get to it. The only thing we discussed is, and I didn't hear Marcus, and he said on y'all show that Arkansas would win. So props to you guys for a great pick. I gotta single that out because I'm gonna sing out when you do some terrible calls. But props to you guys, man. Y'all called it. Y'all called the Arkansas win. Called Auburn loss. So props out to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. They kicking knowledge. Who want to go first, man? I'm gonna just sit back and relax. We're gonna get some calls in. Anybody want to call in? I'm gonna drop the call in link. Look like we just got a bunch of Alabama fans here so far. But that's okay.
That's what it look like.
But we're gonna get, it is what it is. This is free for all, free country. Auburn loses. All right, Nick, talk to me. All right, look, hold on. Before you go in, let me.
Let Marcus go first, because
while y'all deciding, now I'll go. Big Nasty, Woo Pig, Suey. Obviously, he's an Arkansas fan. Tell Hank Brown the only thing he's going to dominate is that bench this year. Okay. Tight Sports says that's ugly. It was you, Lord at home. Yes, insert Edelman. What's up, PhD? Alabama fans. So we got two Arkansas fans, two Alabama fans coming in. Hey, what's up, PhD? How you doing? Good to see you, PhD. Ed Darby, Auburn 431 total yards and loss. Yeah, that's why I say it's nothing nobody say it, because this was some Three Stooges stuff. Later did drive back flowers down by the bench. Okay, condolences. Thank you, Tight. He's an Alabama fan. Appreciate it. Thank you for your condolences. What's up, Felix the Cat? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Family coming in, on in. Auburn family, come on in, man. We here, win, lose, or draw, man. We standing with our team. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to break it down and we're going to be honest. So if you ain't ready for some honesty, it is what it is. You got to be honest, man. You know what I'm saying? The only way you go forward sometime is be honest. So Felix says, I was at the game. That's right, man. Felix, your son came in. We was talking about, he told me he was going to take you to the game, man. So you say definitely is PO, but the refs are blind. That too, Felix. Nobody saw anybody doing a WWF move on anybody and them getting away with it. I had your back, DC. You made me lose $100. That's a lie. Stop lying, Tight. What's up, Bubba? Thanks for the super chat. He said, "Thank you, Bubba. I appreciate the the comment, and yeah, I got you. Appreciate it, Bubba. I appreciate that, man." Cantrell Phillips, what's up?
That's a new name.
What's
Cartel
Phillips up in the house, man. Y'all
welcome.
Subscribe to the channel, like and subscribe to the Water Cooler Talk podcast. They call the loss. They called it. So good. That's a good subscribe right there, man. It should be in the link in the description. I'll put it in there for you guys. Should have never let Cam Ward off the campus without a signature. And you are correct. You are correct. Yeah, don't get me started either. Big Nasty, hey, send me the link LOL. Okay, yeah. I gotta hear I gotta hear what they gotta say first since they called the loss. I gotta hear the mayor of Sportsville, and I gotta hear Nostradamus Nick, man. I gotta hear their opinions, man, and hear what they gotta say. So I'm just trying to catch you guys up before I let them rip. We're gonna let them rip, then we're gonna take some calls, man. We're gonna limit the calls to maybe 1 minute. You got 1 minute, and then Nick gonna sound the sounder, and you gotta go. No profanity, or you will go immediately. There you go. Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Sharpshooter, really.
Thank you, man. CJ. Okay, what do you say it is, Nick? And we're gonna clap him up for being in. Pronounce it. De jour.
Yeah, he say he watches all the time.
CJ de jour.
De jour.
What you say?
CJ de jour.
Did we get it right? Did we get it right? We got it right. You think, Nick?
It sound French.
The mayor.
I think we got it right. I think we got it right.
Okay.
I'm gonna say we got it right, CJ.
CJ, tell us if we got it right. I'm gonna catch y'all up, man. De jour.
Yeah. I like that.
All right, we almost caught up. Too many mistakes, man. Yep. The sad part is who the problem? The problem, game plan was fine. I think the game, I said the same thing in the text group, Hal. I think the game plan was fine. Defense
this
play.
Game plan y'all talking about.
People play was, man, just seemed like a lot of unfortunate events occurring. That's what I was saying about no one, even on the Arkansas pod I went on Friday, no one could have told me this was going to happen. You know what happened and how it happened. Nobody predicted that, but we're going to get to it. That's the Water Cooler Talk podcast link in there. You can hit that link and go subscribe. Let's go. What's happening, fellas? What's up? Cantrell, Phillip, Sharpshooters, Alabama fans in the house. It's something about Auburn losing that makes me feel better today. I bet it does, Sharpshooter. Glad to have you in, though, man. That's our 46A fellow guy from Tuskegee, Alabama. That's the only reason we let him in here, man. All the Alabama stuff. Yeah. See, the other people, those are our people, 46A, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Tuskegee, Alabama. Y'all subscribe. Sharpshooters and the Alabama type mega cast got to do his weekly advertisement. Yeah, see, they loving on each other. Okay, now we about to get to my man Nick.
Yo.
Vandy marching, and I called that too. Did I call that and say Missouri was going to be the surprise team that underachieved? Yes. Okay. Oh, we got it right, man. We got it right. See, they de jour. Hey, man, what's up? Yeah. What's up, Sharpshooter? Yes, sir, man. Sharp, you that guy, man. Hey, man, we not, y'all not gonna be hugging in the Auburn podcast, man. Y'all do that hugging on somewhere else.
Wow.
All right, man, let's get to it. Mayor, talk to me about this Auburn loss, baby. Tell me what happened, Mayor.
Man, if you can see Hank Brown, somebody's telling Hank Brown where to throw the ball. Those passes are telegraphed, man.
Yep.
He wasn't making the one that he threw to Fairweather. He was looking at Fairweather before he even came out his stance.
Yep. Surely did. Surely was.
Come on, man. Like those passes, he's getting premeditated reads, bro, before the play.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's telling him where to throw the ball before the play.
Mm-hmm.
And it's horrible, man. Our defense was on the field too long, so the mental lapses that they did have, I'm not really blaming them for it. They got sloppy with tackling, but they rose to the occasions and plenty of time. So I'm not really mad at my defense at all. But like y'all said, but the game plan, Bubba, we should have ran the football. That's the game. That's the problem. We should have put the ball on the ground. At the old buddy fumble, we went away from the run and we got pass heavy, and that became the issue. And then we didn't start back running the football until it was too late.
Okay, let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this. You say we need to run the ball more, but you running the ball and fumbled it. So they were running the ball. You running the ball and you fumbled it. So you see what I'm saying? It wasn't like they wasn't running the ball. They was running the ball and running it. And running the system. I get it.
Part of the game.
I get it. I understand.
I'm as a part of the game, especially when you know you can't pass the ball.
Your
offensive line won't hold up. They send in blitzes. Then your freshman quarterback, like you said in the group chat, he froze. Then Payne Thorne is wild and inaccurate. You got to do something.
Man.
You got the second best running back stat wise in the SEC. Put the ball on the ground and run the football. Control the pace of the game. The defense got us back into it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Now 17-14. Run the football.
Yes, sir, Mayor. Yes, sir. We'll run the football next time, man. We don't want to get Mayor. We don't want you to give us a citation for not running the football, man.
I'm just saying,
we'll
man.
run the football next time, man. But go ahead. I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. Go ahead. Go ahead and cook, man. You got anything else?
But yeah, we told you if the worst case scenario, he throw 3 interceptions.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, we had and for y'all who don't know, we had Nick said a over under 1.5 interception St. Brown would throw. I picked the under, they picked the over. So kudos to you guys. I'm gonna give you props, man. I'm gonna give you props. When you right, I'm gonna give you props. Just like when you wrong, I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go down on the show. Accountability. But this time, Water Cooler Talk podcast, man, you guys shine. You shine. Great job. Anything else, Mayor?
Hey, man. Put up your toilet tissue. Just
Okay.
put up your toilet tissue.
Man, when we gonna be able to take it out?
I don't know, bro. I'm ready. I got a whole roll of Charmin just waiting to throw it, and it's just.
All right. Let me catch up, and then we're gonna go to Nick. Go ahead, Nick. You catch up the comments, man.
Yeah, man. So excuse me. Yeah. We got Cartel Phillips. Shout out to you, man. He said, I know nobody wants to hear this, but 4 games doesn't make the season. If Hugh, I'm pretty sure it meant Hugh, is any kind of coach, he'll just have to stay up late at night every day until he figures this out.
Hey, we'll get to that. Oops, Hugh. Yeah, that's what's up. He was right. What we got, Nick?
He strongly disagrees. Hank wasn't telegraphing at all. He was going through his reads consistently.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Here's what I seen. Auburn gets going down the field, then something happens, drops ball, tips balls, then Auburn intercepts it, but does nothing with it. Defense was so at least got to get some sacks. I think that was a little bit less than so. Here it is right here. Rushing 26, 146, average 5 yards per carry. If you averaging 5 yards a carry per rush, you should be controlling the clock. Big Nasty said that's what you do with a true freshman when you start him against the SEC defense. He simply wasn't ready. I'll get into that in a minute. But when Peyton Thorne isn't any better, you don't have any options to run.
We'll get to that. So let me clock that. Let me clock that because that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to chime in on. Okay.
Yeah, the next one.
We paying attention to what y'all saying, man. Okay, go.
Yeah. Next one, I told y'all once. I told y'all.
Not so cool kid.
I got rid of not so cool kid. Shout out to not so cool kids, man.
What's up, baby?
What's up, man? What's up? I told y'all once I got rid of Gus that it was gonna be like this for 5 years. LOL.
Man,
okay,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Go ahead. Bubba said the reason we weren't running the ball is at the start of the second half, and the box was stacked. It's a lot easier to just run the football when you aren't the play caller starting at 7 in the box. Well, I understand where you're coming from with that, Bubba, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Lavorian Mobley won.
Is that right? Is Lavorian? Did we pronounce it right? I say Lavorian. Nick.
Lavorian Mobley won.
Mayor, you go with Lavorian?
Right. Lavorian
Mobley. Yeah, he said Alabama. He an Alabama fan. Shout out. Welcome to the chat, though.
Welcome to the chat, Lavorian, man. We just
spent all that time
pronouncing your name. They rushed ahead to kick us while they there.
Man, we just spent all that time on Lavorian.
What he said. He what it is. Slajan said her and Bubba on after game thoughts. Okay. All right. Okay. Facts. Okay. All right. What up, fellas?
What up,
Wade? Wade, what's going on, man?
Wade, we got one more week to get the truck back, man.
I know one more week. What a truck at Wade? He said when you have Big Nasty said when you have 5 INTs, why continue to pass? It was a 7-point game for the longest. That's true. Control the clock, wear the defense out. Too many 3 and outs for Auburn. I'll get into that in a minute. In my what's next. Ed Darby, man, have to run the ball and take the RPO out. Opposing defenses are dictating the offense.
That might be the best comment. Man,
right? Can you go back to that comment? Mr. Darby, you are reading my mind, sir, and I'm gonna talk about it in a minute. Let's get to it.
I don't agree, but let's go.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I don't agree.
I agree. Save yourself.
No, come to Auburn. Deuce Knight gonna look and say, "Man, I can come in there and start." You see what I'm saying? So. That's probably gonna be he might commit tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? If I was Deuce Knight, I'm committing tomorrow because I'm like, bro, the starting job is mine. So I'm committing tonight. Come on, man. We'll catch up.
Go back to the service academy's offense, like in the Georgia Bama game.
Okay.
I mean, they are. Well, nah, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that either.
No.
Not.
Yeah. Bye. Okay.
Gotta run the ball more. A lot of people think we should be running the ball more. I feel only Bama fans will hold a meeting in Auburn's YouTube channel comments. Hey, we welcome them over here.
Hey,
Come on. Hey, have to quit being predictable. Here we go. Cartel Phillips. You have to quit being predictable on offense. The feelings mutual.
This is a dog fan.
Go dog.
Lord Jesus.
Hey, that's
welcome,
cool.
Cartel.
Hey,
welcome, Cartel. I'm just spending all this time pronouncing Cartel Phillips.
That's funny.
Go ahead, man.
Says, freeze forward. The freeze forward thawing out. File an emergency junction to save a year for 3 of y'all.
That's what's up
for the
now.
3 of y'all.
Go ahead, Nick. All
right, man. So can you go back to the Ed Darby? If you can find it, can you go back to the Ed Darby?
Okay.
Have to run the ball and take the RPO out. Opposing defenses are dictating the offense.
Okay.
I put this loss on Hugh Freeze.
How?
I put this loss on Hugh Freeze.
How?
This loss goes on Hugh Freeze. This goes back. Time. This goes back in time. I'm gonna give you some numbers. I'm going to give you some numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Hugh Freeze has played what 17 games at Auburn, correct?
I guess so.
He's played 17 games. No, I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you because I did the research. I did the math already. Okay. Hugh Freeze has played 17 games at Auburn. All right.
Okay.
His average points per game score against those 17 opponents,
yes, sir,
has been 28.5 points.
Okay.
All right. Take out the 5 non-Power 5 opponents. Take those out. You know what his average drops to?
What?
21.
21. Okay.
21 points a game.
Okay.
So, based on that comment, right? When you run a offense that is so not complicated, that people we said this was a conversation we had last week when we got the show. An above average defensive coordinator, when they understand Hugh Freeze's offense, they can stop it
easily.
If you can stop Auburn, if you can not allow Auburn to score 21 points a game, you beat them. You beat them. Listen, I'm gonna give you some numbers. They played Cal last year. They scored 14 points. They played A&M last year. They scored 10 points. They played Georgia. They only scored 20. They played a bad LSU team with a bad defense and scored 18. Against Ole Miss, they scored 21. Against Mississippi State, they scored 27. Vanderbilt, they scored 31. Against Arkansas last year, they scored 48, which tells you that this T. Will was on that defensive staff last year, if I'm not mistaken, right? Was T. Will not on that defensive staff last year?
He's the defense coordinator.
He's the defense coordinator last. No, I just want you to confirm that.
Come on, man. Yeah,
we
know T. Will was on there, bro.
They only put up 14 points this game,
bro. But T. Will T. Will didn't do it. Hold up. T. Will. Hold up. No. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go on because I don't want to interrupt what you got to say. But I'm gonna insert this and we'll go back to it. T. Will did not do anything to like he came in with this master plan and shut Auburn down, bro. So I'm gonna stop there because I'm not gonna take up your time. Go ahead. We'll come back to it. I'm not going to.
That makes my point, though.
Go ahead.
That makes my point. If he didn't do anything to stop this offense with a different quarterback, and then you had the same quarterback that played in the game last year, why didn't Auburn put up the same amount of numbers at home this time? Nothing's changed, right? So nothing's changed.
Let me know when you want me to, because like I said, I'm not going to interrupt you.
Nothing changed. Okay. I mean, the only thing that really changed was we got a new offensive coordinator. And Phil Montgomery ain't there. Phil Montgomery put up 48 points last year against this defense. I'm just saying. Let's look at it now. All right. Against Bama, he put up 24 points last year. Maryland, you put up 13. You put up 14 against Cal. And then you put up 14 today against the Arkansas team that you beat. You put up 48 points against last year with Philip Montgomery, who was the offensive coordinator. Now, what's the problem here? What's the problem?
You want me to answer that?
The problem is Hugh Freeze.
No, it's not.
It is.
Not. I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm going to go out. Okay. I'm going to say
I'm gonna clock that and I'm gonna tell you why it's not.
Okay, tell me why Hugh Freeze is not the problem.
Because I'm gonna tell you what Philip Montgomery came and left, right? Derek Nix is there. He came from Ole Miss. What is the other common denominator? I'm gonna tell. Let me say this, Nick. I'm gonna say this. What I agree with you on is overall it's Hugh Freeze's fault, but not. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me, but I don't agree why you're saying it's Hugh Freeze's fault. Okay. I think it's Hugh Freeze's fault for keep getting in the same car that won't crank up.
He started a new quarterback, and we saw the same.
Let me finish.
We saw the same thing.
Let me finish.
What we talk? Okay,
let me get the same currency. Let me finish.
Go ahead. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Okay, no, you ain't gotta mute it. I want to give everybody just time to speak. Hugh Freeze keep getting in the same car, right? Okay. So what I'm saying is this: Hank Brown came in as a freshman. That's a redshirt freshman. He had a lot of pressure on him. Right, he performed like a redshirt freshman with the weight of the world on his back. He was going through his progressions. He made some mistakes, but some of his throws, he was going to the right person. It was just under or overthrown. Now, like the crucial third down he missed, it was just a wide throw. It wasn't like he was playing egregious. The offense was moving. We were about to score a touchdown. The running back fumbled the ball. So what I'm saying is, if you look at the common denominator in all of those scores you're talking about, the common denominator is Peyton Thorne. Now, I blame Hugh Freeze for keep running him on the field. If you're starting a redshirt freshman, he's struggling, bro. We're still in the game. Let the man, all these reps we wasted on Peyton Thorne in this game, only giving us 7 more points. Hank Brown could have been growing up, man. I was prepared to lose the game with Hank Brown. And I'm prepared to lose this week and next week with Hank Brown because I know he's a redshirt freshman and he's gonna have growing pains, man. The man had three interceptions, right? Peyton Thorne had 4 in the last game. Peyton Thorne, we suffered Peyton Thorne for a whole year up until now with tragic games, pick sixes, and you suffer him. But Hank Brown, bro, he struggled. You pull him out, man. Pull him out of series and put him back in the game. Let the man grow. I think, man, you did him a disservice. He gonna have growing pains. He is a redshirt freshman. I don't agree. The plays were there. Either they were throwing, the quarterbacks was throwing and missing the players, or the receivers was dropping the ball, or we were fumbling the ball, or making some kind of low IQ moves on the field. It wasn't the game plan except for that 3rd and 19, bro. What are you doing? Heat the man up. The only difference I say, man, we agree that overall it's Hugh Freeze's fault, but I don't agree. I think the plays were there to be had. We just bro playing like the Three Stooges. The plays were there. That's my take. I agree with you, Nick. Overall, it's his fault. I think he shouldn't be putting Peyton Thorne back on that field, man. I think we see football differently. Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
I think that's cool. Three things in this situation. In the text chain, I stated when this happened, I said this feels like the whole thing that happened at Bama last year with Jalen Milroe and the whole thing that Nick Saban did. I stated that in the text. Not even a full half after Hank Brown messed up. Like I said last week, I said he was going to have a bad game this week. I stated that.
But you said he was going to be having a bad game because of some complex T-Will defense. That wasn't the case. He was having a bad game because he was just looked like to me was just had a lot of. No, I'm saying he looked like he had a lot of pressure on him. What I'm saying is, if you look at Hank Brown throws, if you go back and look at the throws, Hank Brown, even when he was throwing in the double triple coverage, it was men open. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying,
what I'm saying is telegraph.
Wait. What I'm saying is that's not anything T-Will did as far as scheme. That means
no. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying at all.
You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is it wasn't some complex scheme T-Will that made Hank Brown just like not know how to quarterback. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, Nick, that's the reason you gave that Hank Brown would suffer. is that T. Will would come with these
that makes my point.
And
that makes my point.
That makes
my point even more stronger from the simple fact because literally 2 of those interceptions that Hank Brown threw, it was they showed cover 2. They rolled down to cover 3. The DB had his back turned when the man came when Fairweather came off the ball. He had his back turned around, lifted his hand up, tipped the ball, and it was intercepted. The second interception, it was still cover 3, and Hank Brown stared down Keandre Lambert-Smith with the man sitting right there in the flats. He was looking at him the entire time.
I agree with that. See, what I'm saying is you're saying he telegraphed. It's a difference in somebody telegraphing and somebody having a exquisite defense. What I'm saying is, bro, we're splitting hairs, Nick. I'm not disagreeing.
No,
what I'm saying.
You're making my point about what I said about him last week, though.
Hear what I'm saying.
Even if it wasn't an elaborate plan,
that's all I'm.
He still had trouble against what T. Will was just basically doing.
Bro, what I'm saying is, if I would have called that defense, and I'm not a defense coordinator, Hank Brown was gonna struggle. What I'm saying is, it wasn't nothing elaborate that T. Will did to make this kid just like lose his mind. What I'm saying, if me and Nick was out there, me and Namir was out there calling this defense, Hank Brown was gonna struggle, bro. He couldn't hit wide open receivers. That had nothing to do with T. Will. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Some of the stuff, bro. It's same thing with Peyton Thorne. My man Cam should have caught that ball. He should have caught that ball on the slant. But Peyton Thorne could place it better and hit the man in the numbers with the ball. So
Hank Brown could have placed it better on the interception that he threw to Cam Coleman.
I agree.
He led him too far.
Right.
So what's the point?
The point I'm making, Nick, is that you're making my point is that it had nothing to do with T. Will defense. It was just dudes you were misplacing the ball. But those are two situations. I get it, but what I'm saying though is some of the reason he struggled wasn't necessarily because it was an exquisite defense. He was just misplacing balls. That's all that's the only point I'm making. I'm saying that's not the only reason like T. Will just came in here with the Baltimore Ravens defense, bro. When you're right. Playing
you're right.
That's not the only reason. But
you're right. He's making my point because if he can't, if he can't do that against a base cover 3 defense, what makes you think he's gonna do that against Oklahoma this week when Brent Venables comes in?
Man, you got bro.
Start disguising coverages with man underneath and playing man on the left side of the field, and now you got cover 2 on one side. What makes you think he's gonna do that? Here's my.
You asked me a question or no?
Yeah, no. Answer the question. No, I was rhetorically speaking, but if you want to answer it, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is this: when on Jason Campbell Jr. year, I said the same thing you saying, but he got reps and came back and went undefeated. So people can mature and grow. You got to give a dude time to mature and grow. You can't have a redshirt freshman put him in for 1 half and then yank him and bench him, bro. What are you doing? Get him. All I'm saying, bro, is give Hank Brown some time to mature, bro. That's it, bro. All I'm saying is Hank Brown played a half, bro. You yanked the man. Peyton Thorne, you went into that same old car and he came in and gave you 7 points. We could have did that with Hank Brown.
He gave you 14 points. He scored 2 touchdowns. All I'm saying is the 14 points that was on the board came when your boy was in the game. So I mean, no. Yes, that's true. It was 7-0 at halftime. So when Nick, Peyton Thorne came in the game,
the last was the 14. Okay, go ahead. You're right, but I'm just saying you could did that with Hank Brown, bro.
But he didn't do it though.
But you didn't give him a chance.
But he didn't.
But I'm saying you didn't give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. Bro,
he gave him a whole half.
He gave Peyton Thorne a whole year and a half.
Even after he threw 3 interceptions, he still gave him a whole half. Now I'm not sitting here defending the fact. I'm not sitting here defending the fact that you're gonna sit here and say why not give him a game to play. I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with
you. I'm
saying, I'm
don't sit here and make it seem like
that's the only point I'm making, Nick. That's
fine. That's perfectly fine. But back to my original point. The reason why I say it's Hugh Freeze's fault because Hugh Freeze was the one that went out and got this dude. He don't. Both of these
who we talking
quarterbacks
to,
are Hugh
Thorne?
Freeze's quarterback.
No, I agree. Now we on the same page with that.
He's a
Overall,
Hugh Freeze's
he
guy.
putting him on the field.
This is his. These are his guys.
We on the
his
same
offensive
page.
scheme is basic. He has a basic offensive scheme.
He does, but the biggest fault of his is when we got down 17-14, you should have ran the football.
Exactly.
You should have controlled the pace of the game. You should have put the ball on the ground. You should have ran the football.
That's what we saying. When it comes to
when
game playing
like that, you change. You take the time away from the other team because Green was tearing us up.
Yes.
You run the football.
Yes.
DC, I know we fumbled the football, but you run the football.
You control the clock when you run the ball. And what Arkansas did towards the end of the game, they wore down Auburn's defense. They was running them, dude. They was running Auburn's linebackers and secondary over because they kept running the ball. They had a game plan for Taylor Green. They knew, well, we can't sit back here and let Taylor Green go analyze the whole field and think he's gonna be Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. That his best quality is running the ball. That's their best. They have the number one running back in the conference. Run the ball.
Do you think T. Will was just gonna let them run the ball and not stack the box? He was doing that too. It was times we ran the ball, bro, where we were not successful.
Well, DC,
it wasn't like, bro, they just wasn't running the ball. It was times we ran the ball where we were not successful. That on downs, bro, we had to pass.
And Arkansas was doing the exact same thing. They were stacking the box. They were stacking. Auburn was stacking the box as well with 6 or 7 people in the box when they was running the ball. And did they get away from it?
No, because they had a mobile quarterback, though, bro. It's like you got to look at a lot of the things he did when he dropped back and passed the ball, bro. He was getting out of the pocket running. So it's just like they had the difference, I think, in Auburn and Arkansas is they had a mobile quarterback that was using his legs. When the plays broke down, he was able to run. To me, that was the big difference in the game. Otherwise, the quarterbacks look totally incompetent. All of them. Everyone that was on the field looked incompetent, man. Throwing picks, just doing, man, bro. All them quarterbacks looked incompetent to me, man. But that's just me. That's just me, man. My man say the truck is parked, and we'll come back to you, Nick. Not a dog fan. I hate Bama. Wade, defense has to get off the field on 3rd down and cut out the penalties, man. That 3rd and 19 was just ridiculous, man. Why do you keep sending 3 people, man? Just, bro, you see the man is struggling with pressure. Send pressure.
Yeah.
But when you send pressure, it creates running lanes. Well, when they did send pressure, you know what he did? He escaped it and he got first downs. Not on the pressures they were sending on 2nd down. I'm like, bro, you sending them on 2nd down. When you sending pressure on 2nd down and you getting home. So, okay, you have 3rd and 19, bro, but then you put 3 men down and drop 8. Like Taylor Green was, when they was sending pressure, Taylor Green was finding lanes, man.
Bro, no, not all the time, Nick.
So how were these drives being extended?
How many sacks did Auburn get? How many sacks did Auburn get? And that'll tell you.
How many sacks did Auburn? I'm looking it up.
You should have sent pressure.
Yeah, you should have sent pressure.
Yeah, send pressure on 3rd and 19.
That's all I'm saying.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing that got us that made us lose a game against Bama last year.
Sure, I said the same thing.
Let me find the stat. Let me find the stat. I had it, but I gotta get it.
Auburn committed 5 turnovers in our 2-2 straight trash. Okay. If the offense is so easy to understand, why can't the QBs? That makes sense.
Because the thing is, because Hugh Freeze is not a great talent elevator, apparently.
I told y'all hate Hugh Freeze last year, bad hire. Lord Jesus, I can't wait to call in. Okay, we about to drop the call in. DJ Durkin would kill any program he's a part of. He's bad news, man. That was just I just don't understand that, man. Coach, that's all. What's up, Paul Wild? What's up, my boy? What's up, Mo? Mo is in the building. Y'all played tough. No, we didn't. But just like us, y'all have to find a QB. We all agree on that, Mo. We all agree on that, baby boy. I'm gonna put this link in, man. Anybody want to come in, you can come in. Freeze isn't blameless, but players have to play. Thorne and Brown were running for their life, and accuracy was a problem. But I can count on one hand the number of times they had a clean pocket. Asia says Auburn has a quarterback issue, and we've had one for a long time.
They had 4 sacks. They had 4 sacks in the game, just so you know.
That's what I'm telling you. They was getting home on when they were blitzing and getting home. Bro, 4 sacks is good, bro.
That's fine.
Four sacks not good.
But the way he was
That's
extending drives, I'm sorry, man. You can't sit here and say that man he did not affect the game. And on that Hard Wild podcast, I watched it.
Yeah, I said his legs was the big difference. We agree. I'm specifically talking about the 3rd and 19. That I think he should have sent pressure on 3rd and 19. That's all. Huh? What'd you say, Marcus?
I said he should have, but I ain't mad at my defense at all.
Yeah, I got you.
Those breakdowns that Green got, bro, they was on the field for 10 minutes.
Man, listen. When you have a mobile quarterback, the reason why I know this because I played defense. When you have a mobile quarterback like that, as soon as he break the pocket, if he's a threat to run, your eyes are gonna go directly to him because you don't want him to get loose and run. And then when that happens, that brings the defense to him, which means people get behind him, which is what happened on that touchdown pass. That's exactly what happened. So that's the reason why I said what I said last week about Taylor Green he was an amazing quarterback because he's a threat to run the football.
My God. Oh.
He's a threat to run the football. When he can throw,
Taylor Green is amazing.
Amazing shouldn't have been the word I lose. If he was harping on the word amazing, fine. Okay, fine, whatever. We harping on the word amazing, but he's an effective quarterback. He doesn't have to sit back in the pocket and go and analyze a defense like one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He doesn't have to do that. All he have to do is just make enough passes to his receivers to keep the defense honest. That's it.
Watch what these other defensive coordinators do to Taylor Green. Taylor Green is not amazing. Taylor Green ain't nowhere near amazing, bro.
Okay, I just sat here and said amazing may have been the wrong word to use. Now, if y'all want to harp on that word,
you gotta pick your words.
Nah, man, no. If you want to harp on the amazing word, that's perfectly fine. What I just said was wait. Let me finish my thought. What I just said was if the man is effective because he does not have to throw the ball, he does not have to read progressions across the field. All he has to do is keep you honest with his arm to keep you back just enough so he can have enough room to run. That's what makes him effective and dangerous to offenses. It happened against Oklahoma State. And the reason why it happened against Oklahoma State, they was in the red zone most of the time. Jaquan Jackson had 3 touchdowns in the first half. I mean, come on, man. This man was making passes across the middle of the field. That was just like, come on, man. Stop this, man. He's an effective quarterback for the system that Bobby Petrino is running. That's all I'm saying. Bro. But if you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to harp on a particular word, it's fine, bro. Whatever.
Bro, you said the word. So I mean,
that's fine. I just sat here and just said it's a misuse of a word.
Okay,
so
and we good.
Let's move on to the next
bro.
thing.
I can't say my background is black when it's orange. You're gonna be like, no, it's orange. That's all. We good.
And somebody might say it's purple. So somebody might have a different opinion than you. That's perfectly fine.
It's orange, bro. They would be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
okay,
they would be wrong.
Somebody might say it's red. Somebody might say it's
definition of the color chart, they're wrong. Okay.
Ain't a word.
I agree.
Come on, man,
bro.
Let's get to this.
You can't just say anything, bro. You gotta be
so amazing. What's the word, ladies and gentlemen? I used the wrong word, amazing. I'm sorry. Right, okay, I apologize for using the wrong word, amazing, and misspeaking. But it is what it is. Let's go to the next subject.
We agree. Okay, Neil. So I agree. DC Payton gives us no chance. Hank just needs to grow. Okay. Payton Thorne is Hugh's guy, unbelievable. Leave Hank in the game. Okay, yeah, true. I think okay. So everybody riding with that so far. The common denominator in Jordan Hare Stadium is cursed. Oh man, Hank is about. Okay, he talking. Okay, that is true, DC, but that is Hugh's fault for taking him out and still. That's what I'm saying. I blame overall arching on Hugh for making those decisions. We all agree on that. We just agree maybe on minor detail. Freshman would be there longer. Let him play. Everybody saying the same thing. Hello, guys. What's up, Jonathan Parker? When will you take Payton Thorne out of the game, please? He is not it. Hank just needs to learn the office, and he actually plays better at offense. Okay.
I think you're Hank Brown, but okay.
He should have the same energy for Hank, the same that he had for Payton versus Cal. Just saying. Okay, so we all agreeing. Big C Wilson. It wasn't Arkansas defense. It was all on us.
That's no.
In what way was it telegraphed? Okay, we're gonna catch up. In Hugh Freeze, Tuma's corner coach up here. I don't know what that means. I could be wrong, but I didn't see him stare down Dre. I saw him peel from the middle of the field, immediately turn and threw to Dre, expecting it to be there. Fact, it wasn't Arkansas defense. It was all on the QB, homie. All right. Who do you think Cam Coleman is? Ryan Williams. All right. Defense needs to work on 3 and long. Too many third downs made for Arkansas. Run the football is all we need to do. He right. You got to get him a chance too. Arkansas adjusted at the half and shut it down. We tried and kept getting stuck in 2nd and 8. Okay, that's true. Okay. Who is the QB coach? Probably guy. Okay. Same way with Austin. Freeze did not let him back in the game. Should run the ball again. 4 sacks. It's not the coach on 3rd and 19. If you look at the play, DB's safety was all looking at the quarterback. Go back, look at the play. I agree with that. Yeah, it was okay. Mizzou in trouble, red hot trouble. Taylor Green is okay. That's about it. Get off of Nick because he has a vocabulary. Taylor Green's stock has dropped. He's showing the SEC might be too big for him. Taylor Green is sufficient to what Arkansas is doing, which is running the ball. Agreed. All right. Bro, anybody got anything else?
No, I'm good. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'm just sitting here and listen.
All right. I'm gonna drop the line in the comments. Anybody want to come in? Anybody want to come in? Get on the phone line. You can just click in. We're gonna give you 1 minute to vent. And then after we vent, man, we're gonna roll up out of here, man. So, all right. There you go. Bubba, there it is. There's the link. If you want to click in, come on the show. Audio only, please. No profanity or vulgarity. We have kids in the cars leaving the game. They loving the show. So let's be respectful. Family environment. Bubba, you say you want to get on? There go the line right there. Big Nasty. All right, Big Nasty, you ready? Audio only, Big Nasty. You ready? Big Nasty.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. What you got?
All right. All right. Hey, I appreciate y'all for getting me on the show.
Come on.
So, Arkansas fan, Woo Pig Suey.
My
biggest thing was that I didn't really like how. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man. We hear you. We hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I didn't really like how Arkansas played. We talked a couple weeks, and I felt that Arkansas was the superior team when it came to everything, and we just couldn't move the ball. Taylor Green was not looking good at all. I thought that the defenses from both sides played great, but overall, I think just the quarterback play was abysmal from both sides. So we were lucky to get that. Like Nick said, y'all were able to score 40 on us last year with the same quarterback. So I'm not really sure what was going on this week, why y'all couldn't get it together. But y'all, it was a 3-point game. Y'all decided not to run the ball. So I counted very lucky for us. Overall, Arkansas got up out of there in the game that I thought we ultimately should have lost. But, shout out, Woo Pig Suey.
That's what's up, man. Glad to have your own Big Nasty Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Thank
you
all right, man.
Anything else, man?
I actually have a question for y'all.
Okay.
Going through to next year, what do you think is going to be more likely? That y'all will have a head coaching change or a quarterback change?
It's going to be a quarterback change, bro.
Yeah, quarterback.
Even if I think they're going to go all out, even if they have to go to the portal and spend $1.5 million, which that's probably what they should have did in retrospect. So
because y'all shouldn't let Cam Ward out.
Exactly.
Because it's like at this point he would have been the guy. But,
exactly.
But yeah, thank y'all for having me.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Shout out Marcus, what you say? Quarterback change or coaching change?
Quarterback change. Hugh Freeze ain't going nowhere. We spending too much fire coach money already.
Okay, Nick, coaching change or quarterback change?
Oh yeah, definitely quarterback change.
Okay. All right, we got Bubba in the house.
Yes,
Bubba.
sir. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Bubba and
Dr.
Old
Bubba,
Man,
what's
Auburn
going on?
Sports
What's
Talk. What's up, man? Talk to us, Bubba.
That was one of the worst games I've ever watched, and I've said that about 5 times in the last 5 years now. But I want to talk to y'all about the sophistication of the offense. I don't feel like that's really an issue, and I don't feel like it's all that predictable. You can say that the defense dictates what the offense does, but at the end of the day, I mean, this offense is essentially just a heavier run game version of the air raid. It's legitimately just taking what the defense gives you, right? And I felt like we didn't honestly use the RPO game enough in this one. I feel like in the first half, we made it way too complicated on Hank Brown with the drop back game. And he was going through his progressions from what I saw. Obviously, I'm going to have to go through the rewatch. And, watching those, JT O'Sullivan always tells you, watch the head straight, the helmet straight. To me, on the pick to Keandre, on the Z hitch on the outside, it didn't look to me like it was a situation where he stared him down. It was more of a situation where he peeled off something from the middle of the field and he immediately flipped his hips and threw the hitch, expecting it to be there. Bad decision, obviously, because there was a flat defender right there. And the one across the middle to Sam Jackson at the end of the half, it wasn't a bad read. It was a correct read, just way too far out in front of him. It was not a great throw. And Peyton came in, and, he's going to get a lot of hate from this game, but he played fine until the last 2 drives. But I would have rather wrote it out with Hank for sure.
We all agree there.
Yeah, we all agree.
And about the run game, it is really difficult to figure out ways to run into a stacked box like that. Especially when the offensive line in the run game wasn't playing their best game. I really felt like Dylan Wade at right tackle, Braden Joyner at guard gave us the best opportunity to run football. Xavier Miller had not his greatest game of the season. Percy Lewis, honestly, may have been the best offensive lineman I saw out there today. That kid, he has proved me wrong multiple times this year. I will agree with you guys on one thing. I want more 12 personnel, creative versions of running the football. I want more gap scheme. Inside zone, hammering inside zone into a 7-man box is just not going to work. Inside zone is what you use to get 4 yards when you need 4 yards. It is not a run. It's not a play that is going to consistently create you explosive plays. The zone run game is created to get 4 to 5 yards efficiently. You need to go into more gap scheme to create those explositive runs. But I'll get off my soapbox and I'll let y'all continue.
That's what, man. Appreciate you coming in, bro. What's up, man? Y'all, all right, Ken folk. Hey, man, y'all go subscribe to Bubba and the Old Man. Big C, we got Big C coming in. Big C, audio only, Big C. You ready, Big C? Audio only, Big C. Audio only. Cut your camera off. You don't know how to cut it off, Big C?
Oh,
you don't know how to cut your camera. Big C don't know how to cut his camera off, man. So next time, Big C, audio only, man. But go ahead, Big C.
Yeah, that was just it's just self-inflicted wounds, man, with us, man. I don't know what it is, but that having a mobile quarterback makes a big difference, bro. It makes a big difference, especially when you're running an RPO. I mean, because they knew that Hank wasn't gonna run, so they can sit back and play zone. Cause they be like, hey, he ain't gonna run. We'll rush our front four. But at 30-19, we were talking about. If you look at that play, you look at the safeties and the DBs, man. Everybody was looking at the quarterback. That's how the receiver got behind him. I'm like, why everybody looking at the QB? And y'all let this receiver right in the middle of the field wide open. And by the time y'all turned around, the ball was there. So I mean, it's self-inflicted wounds, man. Week in, week out, man. Something got to give. I'm a diehard Auburn fan, as you can see the hat. But Auburn make it hard to be a fan, boy. I'm tired of arguing with folks every time I go to work. I'm tired, man. Y'all don't understand. I've been an Auburn fan my whole life.
Applause, man. Applause, Big C.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Man,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Freeze, some gotta give, man. Freeze gotta go dig in his good pocket. And man, what happened to when you was at Ole Miss, man, with Bo Wallace and what's the other one? Chad, what the other dude name was? QB?
Chad Morris.
Yeah.
And look what he did with Malik, man. Now, why you can't bring that to Auburn, bro? I don't understand this.
Bro, he is married to Peyton Thorne for whatever reason.
Yeah, like he owns song.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, bro. But he is married to Peyton Thorne, and like you say, we all on this. Everybody is agreeing, bro. Just give Hank Brown the reins, man, and let him make his mistakes.
He gone to. He's a red shirt freshman, man. He gonna have growing pains.
Exactly.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But I'm with y'all, man. Someone had to give, man. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man. Big C, appreciate you coming on.
Big C, man.
Shout the Wolf is here for you, Big C, every week. Come on in, Big C. I mean, you already on the couch, Big C. You know, we got you, man. We got you. We'll talk, man. Boy,
I want to say something.
Talk to me.
I want to say something.
Right, got the wrong one.
Everybody talking about like, what is this? Why? And he mentioned it right there. Like, why isn't the offense he had with Bo Wallace, Chad Morris, Malik Willis at Liberty, why isn't it translating to Auburn? Well, I think this makes my point. I think, my bad. Yeah, Chad was it Chad Morris? Chad Morris was the
Chad Kelly, yes.
Chad Kelly.
Chad Kelly was QB.
Yeah, I said Chad Morris. Yeah,
Chad Morris was the OC.
OC, yeah. We said so. We was like Chad Morris. But
Chad Morris. We was right too. We thought we was right.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Let's not forget that Hugh Freeze's last year at Ole Miss, he went 5-7. Okay. And by all means, this was the same offense he was running then. And the league figured it out. The same thing that happened with Gus here at Auburn. The league figured it out. Now, he was out of coaching for some time. Then he went down to Liberty. Now, teams ain't really thinking about Hugh Freeze right now. Maybe like we not looking at the schedule next year and like, okay, Hugh Freeze coming up. So this is what's more likely going to happen. He wasn't coaching. So now you at Liberty, you get back to Liberty after being out of coaching for a while. Nobody's really thinking about it. And now you come back with the offense. It looks flashy. It looks like something like a fresh breath of air, if you want to use that. Maybe the league has just figured out Hugh Freeze. Why can't we sit here and make that assumption and make that? I think it's a fair assumption. Why can't we just sit here and say Hugh Freeze's offense has been figured out? We stated last year, the guy from New Mexico State said, we knew what Hugh Freeze was going to do before when this happened. We just knew what was going to happen. Why can't we sit here and say that the rest of defensive coordinators see this and be like, oh, we know what's coming. We know exactly what's coming. We know exactly what's coming. So why can't we just sit here and say that? It's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened with Gus here at Auburn. The offense got stale. Maybe Hugh Freeze's offense is stale. Maybe he need to go in the booth. Maybe he need to go in the Superman booth and figure out some new concepts to make this off. It's what is it saying? If you keep doing something the same time, what's it saying? If you keep doing something repeatedly over and over again, and it doesn't work, it's called insanity. Maybe we just in insanity right now. Maybe we are. And that's why I put this on Hugh Freeze, because we sit here and when y'all say game plan and scheme, this is why I say we don't have one, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
We don't adjust
on the offensive side of the ball. And then when we ask, and then when it's asked to Hugh Freeze about it, well, you know, he went through his checks. He did the right thing. He made the right reads. If he's making the right reads against a defense that you're supposed to know what's supposed to happen, or you're supposed to anticipate what's happening, if the quarterback is doing the right thing, then why isn't it working on the field? All I'm gonna say is that I'm gonna put this out here. Y'all can debate it. All I'm gonna say is this: maybe the offense is just stale. Maybe the league has figured it out. And maybe it only looks good to inferior opponents, because I'll say this. Last week's game against New Mexico, if New Mexico had a better defense, the way that Auburn looked today, we would have looked the same way last week. But New Mexico defense was just horrible. But I'm gonna just throw that out there in the atmosphere. Y'all can debate it. I think we're putting too much stock into this offense and saying this is what it is. Maybe they just don't. Maybe people have just figured it out like they did Gus. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. And it is what it is.
Mayor, you got anything?
All I would say is just feeding off of what Nick was saying. If you can't see that the way we calling our offense is like telegraphed, like look at all the quick passes. Even the passes that we complete are threaded into tight windows. You can tell that he's telling, all right, if this right here is not open, you throw it straight here. If this right here, if this check down ain't open, you throw it straight here. Your quarterback IQ is not just reading that. From what Bubba said, if he did read it, Bubba, he didn't look nothing off. He looked straight there and he turned and he threw the ball straight to the DB. The DB didn't have to work for that interception. The pass was right there up on him. The coach is telling him where to go. We experienced that in high school, so we know what that looks like from a quarterback level. Our coach did the same thing to our high school quarterback.
Thank you very much. I ain't gonna call his name, but
we ain't throwing nobody under the bus.
We ain't gonna throw Coach S under the bus, but I'm just saying.
We see how that looks when your quarterback is getting told what the reads are. So that's what we're saying. So we know what telegraph passes look like. But you know.
Now I'm seeing. Now we haven't gotten to this yet. We saying I see. Big Nasty said the QBs can't be doing the right thing with 3+ picks. Well, I agree. No, I agree with you, Big Nasty. Everything you say. But when you go back and listen to what Hugh Freeze says, well, the quarterbacks made the right reads. They made the right checks.
He's telling them to read.
He said Hugh Freeze says this every week in his press conference. They made the right reads. They made the right checks. Even last week, after the Monday press conference, when he had Hank Brown and Peyton Thorne come in the office and he chopped up, what was it, 20-some plays for them to look at and ask them what they would do in this situation. According to Hugh Freeze, they both said the correct things. But when it gets on the field, it don't look right. And it happened, and you put another quarterback in the game that was supposed to be that was supposed to be the answer, and the same thing happened. So that's why I put this on Hugh Freeze. So maybe that's just something that we just need to think about. Maybe Hugh Freeze is the problem. Maybe this offense is the problem. Maybe it wasn't Philip Montgomery. Maybe it was Hugh Freeze. And I'll say this. I like watching Cam Newton's 4th and 1. There was something there was a video that Cam put out about the whole when he was watching the Auburn game, and he was jumping up and down, and they put it on there, and he was talking to Peggy, and he was like, and he said something. Excuse me. He said something. Peggy asked him, what do you think the problem is? He was like, well, it's one of two things. It's either the quarterback's bad or they ain't coaching. And Cam Newton said, you put more of that on the coach because you the one that is your offense. You the one that's teaching him the offense. Paraphrasing what he said. So that's just my 2 cents about this offense when I hear game plan and scheme. That's it. Anybody else got nothing to say after that?
Yeah, I say I don't agree with it, but I'm gonna get the comments.
All right.
I don't think it's a Hugh Freeze issue. I think it's a Hugh Freeze issue for picking the quarterbacks he's putting on the field. I don't think it's a scheme issue. I would count it a scheme issue if you didn't look at the plays and you got players running wide open. That's if I looked at it and everyone is locked up and you can do like the New Mexico dudes say, okay, man, we ain't get nothing done. These defensive coordinators got us figured out. If people are running wide open, it's not the scheme, bro. You got a bad trigger man. That's just my opinion.
All right. Before you do anything else, you said you see people going wide open, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, week after week. The common denominator is we've had the same quarterback, bro. We only had one sample size. We've had one quarterback who've been doing the same thing for a year. So how can we judge anything based off we got the same quarterback making the same mistakes over and over? And again, what I blame Hugh Freeze for is keep putting him out there. You saying he's doing the right thing in practice.
I agree with you.
He's doing the right thing in practice, but he's not
agreeing with that.
Go ahead, man.
All we're saying,
I'm gonna get to the comments. Y'all hold on. I'm gonna catch y'all.
All we're saying is if you see receivers running wide open, why aren't the quarterbacks going through their reads? It's a reason why the quarterback is not.
Why they're not seeing the wide open receivers. That's my question.
Again, that doesn't mean it's the
reason why your quarterback is not going through his reads.
What I'm saying is that doesn't mean it's the game plan or the scheme. It could just be you have a bad quarterback. And again, I reference back to my man Jason Campbell. His junior year.
Hold on. No, he gotta finish. He gotta finish his thought. Go ahead, DC. Gotta finish his thought. Go ahead, DC.
So what I'm saying is when Jason Campbell's junior year, man, I was like, man, this guy's horrible. But my brother kept telling me, and Jason, man, and
I remember that year.
Yeah,
I remember that
his junior year, man. And my brother, he's a Georgia fan, and he kept saying, he said, man, why are you dunking on Jason Campbell? He was like, man, that dude is not a bad quarterback. He was like, he just got to grow. And I'm like, bro, are you crazy? But he was right. Jason Campbell came back and made himself a first-round draft pick. So sometimes, bro, it's not the system per se. A bad trigger man will make a system and the coaches look like they are incompetent. And then you can get a good trigger man. Oh, let me ask y'all this. If Cam Ward was on that field tonight, do we win that game?
Of course.
Thank you. So it's not. So you're telling me it's not the scheme, it's the trigger man.
But see, the difference is, the difference in a Cam Ward and a Hank Brown is Cam Ward is gonna find a way to make a play. He's gonna find a way to make a play.
You're gonna trust him more.
So go ahead, Marcus.
You're gonna trust the quarterback more to make a play. The thing about it is, when you don't trust your quarterback, you're gonna tell him the reads to make. The reason why we're saying it's Hugh Freeze's fault, because if you're not telling him the reads to make, if everybody plays Sandlot football, correct?
Yeah, man.
So if you're at quarterback in Sandlot football, are you going to throw it to a guy who got a defender sitting right there next to him?
Mm-mm.
That's natural, correct?
Sure.
So if somebody's telling you to do the read, you're just doing what your coach tells you. Natural. When you got natural talent like Cam Ward, you're going to go through your progressions naturally and do what comes natural. Hank Brown, Payne Thorne, they're scared. They're doing what their coach told them to do. That's the reason why when they go into those classes and learn after the game and go through the film room, he can't blame them for nothing because they're doing what he's told them to do.
No. What he's saying is they're doing what they tell him to do. They're making 100% in the film room and on the practice field. He says when they get to the game, they are not doing what he told them to do. What I'm saying is, so that's what we're missing. Hugh Freeze is saying they're performing well on the board and they're performing well in practice. They're not carrying when they get to the game, they're doing something different than what they're doing. That's why I keep putting Payne Thorne out there, because he says Payne Thorne is grading excellent in practice. So it's like Hugh Freeze can't understand. That's why he keep going back to him. And I made the reference in the thread. It's like, if you're a basketball coach and you got a player that in practice, he hit 100% of his 3-point shots. If you got a game on the line, guess what you're going to do? You're going to get it to this dude. He hit all his shots in practice. If he missed, you're going to be shocked. Like, man, he missed. Then, okay, give him another chance. Because you done seen him do it before. But I'm like, with Hugh Freeze, bro, it's a trigger man issue. And I blame Hugh Freeze for keep putting the trigger man out there. So we all land back at blaming it on Hugh Freeze just for different reasons.
DC, I'm gonna push back on one thing you said.
Okay,
I'm gonna push back on one thing you said.
I'm gonna catch up the comments, man, because we are behind.
You stated Jason Campbell in 03 looked bad. I agree with you. He did. Hugh Naw was the offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. Right? They had an offensive the next year. It was a different OC.
Sure.
I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Tony Franklin.
No. That was Al Borges.
Al Borges. You're right. Al Borges became the OC after that. So a different offensive scheme made Jason Campbell a top 20 pick in the NFL draft. So that's my point. That's the point I'm making when I say maybe Hugh Freeze's offense is just stale, and it's just stale, and people have just figured it out. Maybe we can only move the ball between the 20s.
Hey,
Maybe that's all we can do.
Like I
when
said,
we get in the red zone, we can't score. Maybe that's what it is.
I got you. And like I said, we're back to this. I'm gonna catch up the comments. I would agree with you, and I would agree with you wholeheartedly. The only thing I would kick back on is, like I say, when you watch the film and you got receivers running wide open, then that means the scheme is viable. You know what I'm saying? It's not covered up. That's the only thing I kick back on, is that the scheme, is producing explosive plays. We just not getting to them. So, do something or expecting different is insanity. Not nick the players, get better players, and let you cook.
Let's
the
not
QB can be doing the right thing with 3+, can't be doing the right thing with 3+ picks. Right. Nick, I would agree if we ended today with 250 yards of total offense, but we had 350 yards before the final drive. The ball was moving, but turnovers and mistakes killed the drive. That's the only reason I kick back on it. Is you got successes. When Gus came to Auburn, we were really good until they figured it out. What made the 2013 season so special? Nobody had ever seen it before. Yeah, and he stopped. Well, I ain't gonna say he stopped recruiting an offensive lineman. He missed on some offensive line. Yeah, but he missed on offensive line because he got the 5-star that wound up going to Florida. And
going to Florida. Yeah.
So it was kind of a mixture of some misses and whiffs and all that stuff, and then trying to go into junior college ranks to patch it. He just wanted to throw his QB under the bus, kills confidence, which he did to Hank Brown tonight. So we agree on that. Don't change a thing. Cam Newton.
Man, come on now.
Like Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. What's up, 5 Adam? 5 Freeze, 3-9 unacceptable. Okay.
He's looking like it.
There's 9 games still a thing for AU. I promise y'all, I'm not laughing. Bryce Young, I don't know what they got to do with Auburn.
That's what I'm trying to understand. How they get in there tight? Come on, man.
Okay. It is easiest to be a good trigger man when you got horses winning you the game. Yeah, running backs can make a QB look great.
True.
Freeze said run start and then pass. Huh?
Nah, yeah, he's referring to what Hugh Freeze said when he wanted to run the ball more than he throw the ball.
Okay.
45, yeah.
Yeah, he said Hugh Freeze need QB like dudes tonight. But see, that's again though, that goes back to, man, we're all saying the trigger man is the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I that's kind of where I land at it. Anybody else want to come in? We about to roll out. You know what I'm saying? Any final parting thoughts, man? Auburn loses tonight, but we are here. We're here every week, man. Y'all come in and join us. Like, subscribe, check out the Water Cooler Talk podcast. Look in the description link. Their link is in the comments. You can click and go subscribe there to my guys. Please, I am DC Wolf at Auburn Addicts. Subscribe, like, share. Where you guys at, Nick?
Yeah, man, we here on the YouTube at the Coolest Pod 23. So look us up if you're in the search bar, or just type in the Water Cooler Talk podcast. Dropping shows almost seems like every day now. But yeah, if you're on your favorite podcast player, man, if you like listening to the audio version of shows, man, come check us out on the audio version on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, man, wherever you find your show. Come look at it, man. Subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell, man. We just trying to grow and we're trying to get better. So man, we thank y'all so much, man. Appreciate DC for letting us come over here and chill with them after the game. But man, we thank y'all. Continue to support the show. Continue to support everything, man. We're just trying to grow and get better, man, so we can keep giving y'all good content, man. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, man, he said, good show. Can I see a smile from the fellas? Of course. Of course. Yeah, man. Hey, don't take that for it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? We are passionate Auburn fans. Don't take the going back and bantering as, something, we just do that, man. We passionate about what we're talking about. We passionate about our opinions. We're passionate about Auburn football, man. So we're going to bring the heat on here, man. It is what it is. So sometimes we just get passionate. E. Marbury.
Wait, what?
God. Stop it, man.
So what happened?
Yeah, she's great in our consultative skills. Yeah. All right, man. We'll see you guys Sunday. Have you heard? 6:30. Is it 6:30 or 6, Nick? Which is it?
6 Eastern, 5 Central.
Yes, that part.
Yes.
All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace. We're gonna go watch the film and maybe we'll have a different result of thought. But
I'm pretty sure we will.
Peace.